because of this tremendous wealth here, because of the achievement of the people who were living here, Buffalo received the honor of being chosen to host a World's Fair, which they called the Pan American Exposition. And this is the original gateway to the exposition. If you can believe it, this gate was located at the edge of Delaware Park Lake, sort of right between the Historical Society and what is now the Art Gallery. That's what it looked like. Really amazing. Here's another view of the Pan American Exposition, looking toward Delaware Park. And this beautiful poster that they made. I just love that, because some of those people could be characters in City of Light. You know, the exhibit I saw that day at the Historical Society struck me with the force, really, of a revelation. After going through the exhibit, I went for a walk in Delaware Park. This is what the park looked like in 1901. At this point in my life, I should tell you, I'd had several short stories published and some essays and reviews published here and there. I had decided to become a writer when I was 6 years old. My first efforts were short stories about animals, my pets, about princesses. Sometimes I combine these things into short stories about princesses and their pets. I went to high school at the Buffalo Seminary, as I said, and my teachers there encouraged me to start writing poetry, and I sent poetry out to magazines. I collected rejection letters from all the best places all around the country. In fact, I had a very long road to publishing success. My first short story was published when I was well into adulthood. It was published after 43 rejections. The second short story that I had published was much more successful. It was published after only 27 rejections. But through this process, you know, I never gave up. Of course, this was something I learned from growing up in Western New York. We never give up. We keep going. So I just kept going. Getting stories rejected, putting them into a new envelope, sending them out again, getting them rejected again. That was my job, you know. And then finally it paid off. You know, then I came back to Buffalo for many research trips, walking the streets of the city, visiting the cemetery, making lots of notes on the things I discovered. I was amazed to discover the local history room at the downtown library, where they had telephone directories from 1901. And so I could see the phone numbers and addresses for the real-life characters in my books. You know, Dexter Rumsey, Bronson Ramsey, Mariah Love, John Albright. They were all listed in the phone book. Where they lived, their phone number, as if I could get on my cell phone and call them up on the telephone and talk to them. It was really a wonderful feeling. I also found extensive clipping files, you know, that the wonderful librarians had made for over a century, with these names like Buffalo businesses, Buffalo homes, Buffalo streets. So I could begin at the beginning and see the interiors of the homes and of my characters, you know, portrayed in the books, see pictures of their gardens, make notes, put the characters in those places that I saw because of the wonderful librarians who took the time to keep these clipping files. It was in an article about George Urban that I learned that he cultivated green roses. He was incredibly proud of these green roses. So I had him bring a bouquet of green roses to my fictional character, Louisa Barrett, and she hated them.